It's your girl Chelsea Alexa. Welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell, I'm doing knotless braids. I already started, and I'm just starting out with freshly blown out hair. This is the hair that I'm going to be using. I use like 2 packs of this only, so I'll put it in the description box. So I'm just going to go right into it. The first thing you have to do with knotless braids is similar to feed and braids. You have to prep your hair. So I'm taking pieces about that size and I'm putting it on my wig stand like I always do. I was able to fit maybe like a solid like 20 pieces, 20 some pieces on the wig stand at a time. So after I part off this section, I'm going to moisturize with Nature's Blessing. I love this moisturizer. It really just melts into my hair, like seriously, and it stays moisturized for a while. Then I'm going to use Shine and Gem, and I'm going to clean up my partings. And I'm just going to go around the perimeter with that. And then I'm going to take my comb and I kind of like comb it in. Okay, so to start the braid, I'm going to split my hair into 3 pieces. And then I'm just going to start braiding just my hair only, like 1 or 2 stitches down. And then I'm going to add the first piece of hair right in between my fingers. And then I'm just going to keep braiding with the hair that I added. I'm going to braid down another stitch or 2, and then I'm going to add another piece of hair. It's actually really easy, I'm not going to lie. This is my first time doing knotless braids, so like a whole head of knotless braids on myself. So it was pretty easy. And I think at this point I'm adding like 3 pieces of hair or 4 pieces of hair. But as I got higher up on my head, I added more hair because I wanted all the hair to kind of be the same length. But yeah, so once I added like the 4 pieces of hair, I'm braiding down. I'm adding some Shine and Gem to my real hair to blend in with the braiding hair, and then I'm just gonna braid it all the way down. Very simple. So again, I'm splitting my hair into 3 pieces, and then I'm braiding with just my hair. After I go down like 1 or 2 stitches, that's when I add another piece of hair. Just right into my fingers, and I keep braiding. I go down another stitch or 2, and then I add another piece of hair. Yeah, it's really easy, guys. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna tell you guys what I did and what I feel like I wish I would have done instead. So this part is cool and everything, like adding the hair, blah blah blah. But I kind of wish that number 1, I would have made the parts neater. Like I'm not gonna lie, when I recorded this video, like I had taken out some old braids, washed my hair, deep conditioned my hair, blow dried my hair, trimmed my hair, set up equipment, and then I started braiding. So it was like I was already tired, I was already over it. So the braids are a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of wish that I would have spent a little more time in the parts. But honestly, when it was all done, it wasn't that bad. It didn't look as crazy as it does now. But yeah, I would definitely do that because the parts show more with these kind of braids than with regular box braids because you have the knots to hide the boxes. But yeah, so that's number 1. Number 2, I kind of wish that I would have maybe not, like right here, I'm going to braid down I think 2 times. I wish I would have just braided down 1 time and then added the hair. I feel like it would have made it look tighter at the root. So yeah, that's something else that I would have done. So 1, I would have made my parts neater, and 2, I would have only braided down 1 stitch before adding hair instead of braiding down 2 like I've been doing for this. It didn't come out bad or anything. It's just like, you know, I'm a braider, and like looking back now, and the fact that I can kind of watch myself doing it now that I'm editing, I can see what I wish I would have done differently. So I just want to give you all that knowledge. And something to consider as well is that you're going to have to be prepping constantly. As the hair runs up, you have to prep more hair so that you can use it. I think the 25 pieces that I had on my stand lasted me like maybe 6-7 braids, so you're going to have to prep quite a bit. So I'm adding the most hair to this braid because it's the braid that's at the highest point of my head. And like I said, I want all my braids to land at the same place because I want to put beads on them and make them kind of like a bob. So just keep that in mind. The higher up on your head you go, the more hair you have to add if you want your hair to all be the same length. So once I finished braiding, I ended up dipping my ends in hot water. I feel like this part's kind of optional because I'm putting them on beads anyways. I just felt like maybe the hot water would help the braids move a little more. So I dipped the ends in hot water and then I took my towel to dry them. They drip a lot, so you have to dry them for a little bit. So this is the bead pattern that I'm going to do. I'm just doing 4 clear beads. I kind of wish that I would have done more. I wasn't sure if I had enough. I would have done like 6 if I had known. But anyways, so I'm just sticking my braid through the hole of that little bead doohickey thingy, and I'm stringing those beads right up onto the braid. Once I find like the length where I want it to sit at, I flip the braid up and over that bottom bead, and then I secure it with an elastic band. And then after I do that, I'm going to cut the braid really close to the elastic band, and then all the beads should just sit down perfectly. If you don't know how to string beads onto your hair, don't worry, you're not alone. I did not know how to do it either. I literally had to look it up when I started my channel, so it's not even a problem. And if you don't have that bead thing, that bead stringer thing, you can use a crochet needle, I heard. So I think next time I do beads, I'm going to use that so you guys can see how to do it that way. But I have like 2 other videos on my channel showing how I string beads if you want a better explanation. I'll link them in some cards up here. Now, if you've been on this channel before, you should already know what part's coming up next. Boom, Nairobi foam, period. You can see it's almost done too. Like, I use this Nairobi foam after any time I do braids, anytime I do anything, I use this foam. It just really locks it in, and that's what makes it last longer, in my opinion. And then I follow up with the Fantasia holding spritz and just, you know, do it up. Then I put the do-rag on. I don't know why. I thought I had more do-rags, but I could only find one with the hole in it. I'm sorry, y'all. It's kind of ghetto, but whatever. And yeah. It's the versatility for me. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe while you're here. I'll catch y'all later, friends.